The confidence level, if I compare to the first time you all were talking about it to people, is slightly higher because it's received so well.
Yeah,
You think so?
For sure. It's a mightier season. It's a brighter season.
The first season I was more nervous and excited, all combined. This time I'm a bit more restless.
Can you explain to the audience how, not many people do this, that shoot 2 seasons together. How was this done?
Many times I've told Abhay, very good, shoot 2 seasons, bhai, kill us all, whatever, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It was always I guess from the prep it was very comprehensive. Rehearsals were done like that.
Right.
It was all very comprehensive.
Every scene was an important scene.
Right.
Every scene you're in, there's something crucial that your character wants out of the scene.
It's a big takeaway, right? Yeah.
It is a big takeaway actually. Having that kind of, I'm getting goosebumps underneath my jacket, having that kind of grit and determination to face your challenges and continue to face them and not give up and somehow manage a joke also.
Incredible.
That's wonderful.
Gentlemen, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. Good to see both of you.
Good to see you.
Right, my first question is, you all shot a big chunk along with this first season of season 2. But coming to this point where you all are doing interviews and promotions and marketing, the confidence level as compared to, if I compare to the first time you all were talking about it to people, is slightly higher because it's received so well.
You think so?
For sure.
Yeah.
There's this ease now that I feel. And I think that, I guess it's going to come back, that anxiety, that excitement more than anxiety of, because I think it's like it's a beautiful process, it's like a tripartite process of preparing, shooting and then putting it out for the world to see it. And you're only completing the process. So a part of me sees it like that, and that kind of makes me okay with the whole thing, and I don't get so unnerved.
Right.
But for sure, that it's been well received. And I in my heart know that it's a very it's a mightier season. It's a brighter season.
Okay.
Lot more happening, but it's still true to its ethos of storytelling.
Right.
And it's still rooted in the ethos of the storytelling of season 1.
Right. Jim, for you also, that's out of the way, that logon ko acha lagega, characters, everything, that's out of the way?
No. Yes.
Okay.
It's like the first season I was more nervous and excited, all combined.
Right.
This time I'm a bit more restless. I would, the first season was a bit like, oh my God, we've worked on this play and the first, test audience is coming in, just our friends and family is coming in just to see the play, oh my God, and then after the test audience, you work on it for another week, 2 weeks, let's say, and keep fixing before you finally open to a real audience. By that last week before the real audience, I just want it over and done with. I'm just feeling restless. I just want it to be out and over.
Right.
Because otherwise I'll be thinking and obsessing about it non-stop. So it's a bit
of both.
A bit of that. It's not that butterflies feeling, it's more a restless.
Quickly people should see it, right? Can you explain to the audience how, not many people do this, that shoot 2 seasons together. How was this done? Were you all told from day one, this is how it's going to be 2 seasons?
Yeah, we were.
Okay.
We were told it's going to be 2 seasons. We knew we were in that long haul. Many times I've told Abhay, very good, shoot 2 seasons, bhai, kill us all, whatever, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Right.
And it's not like there were a lot of filler scenes or throwaway scenes or walking down the corridor, that's all I have to do today. There's nothing like that.
Okay.
Every scene was an important scene.
Right.
Every scene you're in, there's something crucial that your character wants out of the scene.
Okay.
So it's always preparation, which is the genius of his writing. There are no fluff scenes where you just go in and you're like, we had a chat and...
Yeah, you can't just wing it. You have to
Yeah.
really give it your all
Yeah.
to make every day, past every day. And every day we were shooting a lot. We were shooting heavy scenes, important scenes, personal, professional, I mean, all kinds of things. Writing, either it was the scene that was heavy or it was the way it was being shot. It was all of that.
So it's
Quite
double work for your two scripts, right? That's how it is. You read both the script and do you understand on the sets what's happening today?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get a... For me, it was, that's why it's a little... So two reasons why I always felt that it's one story,
Okay.
which is great actually, which is what will, I think, work beautifully for the show. One, it was written as a story, but because of the format of the shows, it's kind of has to be broken down in 2 seasons,
Right.
16 episodes. That's what completes the story. It's interwoven, it's layered in a way that it always felt like one story to me. So it was always I guess from the prep it was very comprehensive. Rehearsals were done like that.
Right.
It was all very comprehensive.
Right.
Yeah, but it was. Sometimes there were days where you were young in the morning and you were fat-suited, middle-aged in the afternoon. In the evening you were, in one of the final scenes in season 2. So it was a bit, whoa.
Yeah.
So the only antidote to that is just good rehearsal.
Just good rehearsal.
Yeah, because you don't want to feel on set out of your depth, You want to be on set that I've rehearsed enough, I know my lines, I know my intentions, I know a variety of intentions I could play depending on what the other person gives me. Because of that, now on set I can do all the finer tuning. Like, I'm older now. How do I walk? Is it slightly different? How do I get up from a chair? How do I sink into a chair? Is it all slightly different now? I'm older. I'm not the young guy that hops out, Sometimes, however, you are. I've seen people's body language at certain ages that I'm always surprised. Sometimes I would think, he's going to get out of the chair much slower. And then I would watch somebody that age on set get out of a chair and be like,
Normal.
looked just the same as how I get out of the chair.
Right.
So maybe I'm overthinking it, So there's a variety of these things.
Right.
Sometimes the biggest challenge when you go through a variety of ages is not so much the physicality of it.
Okay.
It matters, and you should consider it, especially when you think of private versus public personas. Maybe this person I watched is getting up sprightly out of the chair because all of us are there. Maybe when he goes home, he sinks into the chair at the end of the day. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something up for guessing.
Right.
So there's that about the physicality.
Okay.
But a lot of that job is done with prosthetics and the look and the fat suit and all of these things. And you just kind of have to allow them to work. I think the bigger challenge is acknowledging the mental aging, which is... And we discussed it a lot. We also discussed it a lot. Me and Abhay discussed it a lot, which was, how does the same argument happen 20 years later? I now know what you're going to say. You now know what I'm going to say. Now how does the argument happen?
Right.
Do we still find a way to prick each other?
Right.
Or are we immune now to each other's pricks because we've heard all of it over and over again, Do we still laugh like boys sometimes, Do we...
years you're wizened and wizened.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's a bit of that, and it's beautiful that that the long Steadicam thing we did in the last sked, how in the end it's just, we're not really giving it back to each other, but the intensity of we're still saying the same things that we said in the first scene.
Yeah.
But it's like, you say something, I take it, I mean, I'm holding back, Omi's holding back, so it's just, and it's something that, he said it so beautifully, it's something that I've experienced. I mean, something I've been arguing with my brother over last 10-15 years, but now when we discuss it, either I hold back or he'll hold back. It happens. The interesting thing he said about mental aging, I also feel that, demeanor is something that, and this is something I experienced very beautifully, like in one of the scenes, because I would ask myself this question, that how is it that, how is this character moving, and it does cross your mind. And what happened was that it's, just think about like how this thing works is like when you're in college, you're having fun, you're really, the demeanor, the sense I got was that it comes with your, you know, thought process and what you have, all the things that, the world that you've created here. I was finding it difficult to get out of the chair and move, you know, in one of the scenes where because he's bogged down by so many things. He's bogged down by the responsibility that he has, what his family is going through, and certain personal loss. And it just made me feel weak, with a hunchback and all of that. You know, it's like, have you experienced that?
Totally.
You know, with the weight of what, the burden that you're carrying on your shoulders of all those things.
Wow,
that's something that, and I just let it happen.
And what is lovely about these two men, in my opinion, is that there's a lot pressing down on their shoulders. Often, they always get up.
Nice, yeah.
You know, they shake it off.
That's a big takeaway, right? Yeah.
It is a big takeaway, actually. Having that kind of, I'm getting goosebumps underneath my jacket. Having that kind of grit and determination to face your challenges and continue to face them and not give up and somehow manage a joke also.
Incredible.
That's wonderful.
Right. You know, these two answers, they're going to be extremely helpful to other actors also watching this interview.